The career that I have always been interested in is veterinary medicine. Math and science have always been my stronger subjects in school, and I enjoy working with animals immensely. The field of veterinary medicine is an extremely competitive and difficult job. But like with any job, there are ethical issues that need to be dealt with on a daily basis. One of the biggest ethical issues in the field of veterinary medicine is the issue of euthanasia. This has always been an ethical issue in the veterinary field because it is difficult to determine what is an appropriate decision when it comes to euthanasia. Depending on the owner's wishes and the state of the animal's health, opinions greatly differ when it comes to making a decision about whether or not to euthanize an animal. The first opinion when it comes to euthanasia is to listen to the wishes of the owner. In the past, this has been the only option for veterinarians, as opposed to outrightly refusing the owner's request and making other arrangements for the animal. This concept is referred to as convenience euthanasia. Many times, an owner will bring an animal to the veterinarian and request that they be euthanized even though there is nothing wrong with the animal. The ethical issue comes into play here because the veterinarian most likely has no desire to end the life of a perfectly healthy animal. They have to make a choice whether to go against the owner's wishes and make other arrangements for the animal, or to honor what the owner wants and put the animal to sleep. Another problem that many owners face is not having the funds to be able to provide their pet with the necessary surgery or medication that is required for their recovery. If the owner simply does not have the means of providing their pet with what they need, euthanasia may be their only option. And many veterinarians have admitted that this is by far one of the most difficult aspects of their job. The other most common opinion is humane euthanasia. This is the type of euthanasia that is performed when an animal's quality of life is very low and letting the animal continue to live would be considered cruel. This includes older animals, sick animals, and animals that have behavioral issues that cannot be resolved. This type of euthanasia is usually a last resort and is used when it is the only option to end an animal's suffering. This is usually an easier decision for the veterinarian to make because they know that they are doing what is best for the animal. In Bernard Rollin's article, Ethics and Euthanasia, Rollin explains the human's concern about the last moments of an animal's life and their care for how the animal's life will come to an end. He explains that when an animal has become accustomed to a certain lifestyle of being treated kindly, the type of death that they experience will be something that makes an impact on them. By caring about the way that an animal's life ends, veterinarians and the animal's owner have to make an important decision. If an animal is allowed to suffer from an illness or injury and their quality of life drastically falls, the human will have to live with the fact that they allowed the suffering to happen. On the other hand, if the animal's veterinarian and owner decide to end the suffering by turning to euthanasia, they then know that they did everything they possibly could to preserve the animal's quality of life. The last aspect of the ethical issue is the euthanasia of shelter pets. Thousands of animals are euthanized every day in shelters because of overcrowding. This is viewed as a highly unethical practice because animals are put to sleep only for the purpose of making more space for more animals. It is an endless, cruel cycle that will continue until the overpopulation of animals is no longer an issue. Euthanasia is going to be one of my biggest obstacles in my career as a veterinarian. Hopefully, as I gain more experience in the field of veterinary medicine through internships and shadowing veterinarians, I will gain more experience that will help me accept that euthanasia is sometimes the only option, even though it is a difficult decision.